Bobby Wilder. What up, Lawrence?
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, big man.
All
All right.
Okay, got the belts.
So how are you, man?
Yes, I'm well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm good, man. Blessed to have you in studio. Blessed to be here in Vegas and have this opportunity to do our show every single day out of the studio. Yeah, feel free. Shout out to RX. You don't drink RX?
No.
What you Wow Hydrate?
Neither. I don't know. I don't like purified water. I don't know. Yeah.
So what you want? Some regular faucet water?
Just some
tap?
Some spring from.
Oh, see if we got some other. No. You know, okay.
Not to attack your
No. Listen,
that's fine.
Give me the breakdown. What's the difference, bro?
My nutritionist and that next door will be better for it. But obviously, out here, a lot of the water is purified. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I think that water should just come as water and then electrolytes.
So you're training at the UFC facility?
Yeah. I'm there at the moment. It's literally just across the road from here. Yeah, man. It's good. Got world-class facilities. It's got stuff for recovery, stuff for getting the good work in. Thanks a lot. And yeah, calm.
So, is it more because of what it has to offer that you chose the facility over the traditional gritty gym?
I mean, I still go to gritty gyms. I've been Miami lately. I've been to out here. Been to gym sparring yesterday, so it's
what gym?
Bones or something.
Okay. Fuck, that's our gym. We missed you. Who you was sparring?
I don't want to get his name. Johnny
Rice. My goodness.
Yo, I said that's crazy. I think I sent you his. I didn't expect you to spar him. He's big as fuck, bro.
Yeah. No problem. But yeah, we'll be sparring again. Obviously, come down if he allows.
When? No, they allow me. They love me over there. They told me to paint they said to paint my logo on the wall because he doesn't want banner.
You should.
Yeah.
So I think Friday I'll get a few heavyweights in there. So there'll probably be about 2 or 3 of them mixing it in. So that'll be fun. That's
crazy. I want to see how that looks with you and Johnny because Johnny's arms are huge.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Were you on your toes?
You have to come and see how it is. It's good. It's good work. He's he's got good distance control. He's a good fighter. So yeah, it's good to get in there, and it'll be good to have him and some other guys mixing it up to really push me. Have you ever worked with Joyce? Yeah, Joyce. Yeah, we were on the same Great Britain team, so me and him we've got loads of rounds in.
But it's been that long.
We've had some as professional, but I would say it's been like 2 or so years since we've last sparred. But
I think he's still out here.
He
left.
He left.
He was sparring Johnny and Hunter.
Yeah. I was gonna spar Hunter as well, but unfortunately, his fight got pushed back, so that had to wait. I hit him up though. I'm like, yo, how you ain't gonna get that? But he's like, man, my fight got postponed. I'm taking a break.
Yeah. I'm like, man, you better get that work.
That'd be good for both of us. I mean, I like him. I watched his fight versus Usic and Povetkin and stuff like that, so he's really good, so that would have been nice, but we'll probably get another time. And I mean, I don't think you're anything like Huey. Obviously you sit down on your punches and I don't think you're on your toes Huey's more back foot minded. Yeah, I think I can be like that. It depends who's in front of me, do you know what I mean? So I'd have been able to give him good work, and regardless, sometimes it's not even about copying another person's style, it's just about being in there with someone who's going to keep you sharp. And, for me, I'd obviously have to stay sharp with someone like Hunter, and he'd have to do the same. There's a lot of good fighters out here, so, I'm happy to just mix it in with everyone and get a little bit of experience.
Absolutely.
So what's the goal, man? I mean, obviously, the new trend for the men is undisputed. Do you think that is something that you and your team can put together, or do you foresee the move to heavyweight? It really depends on this year, in my opinion. I think, I'll probably get out, hopefully have a defense soon, get through that, God willing. And then as long as I can get some sort of unification end of the year, or latest, I'd say end of the year just to put the pressure on, then I think so, because then one person has 2 belts and then you're half the way there. When you've got 1 belt and there's 4 people with it, it's very different from like one has 2,
then the other champions have something even more to gain. Do you know what I mean? So, and also the profile increases, so the money increases. Because I think right now, a lot of it is just about money. Like I didn't think it would be this difficult when I was on the come up. I thought just get a belt and then he's gonna want to fight you because he wants 2 belts. But it's really not like that. Yeah, it's really not like that.
So you are with Eddie Hearn, no?
At the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah.
So you only have 1 fight left?
I can't talk about it right now. When is this live?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then yeah, I'm with Eddie.
I love that one. Okay. So, because my thing is, and you're also with 258. Oh, shit.
Same answer.
Oh.
Yes.
At the moment. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. So, because I feel like now that Canelo has lost, that Macabu fight should not be a thing.
Yeah.
Macabu should not be sitting around waiting to see, can I get a Canelo fight? Don King doesn't have a network. Is that a fight you think your team could put together now?
I do think so. It's more so about their side and what they want to do. Do you know what I mean? I think that there's a lot of fights out there. There's a lot of, people. Like when you're a champion, you could either hold the belt and just like, okay, I'm gonna pick that guy, or you could take risks and box either really good guys or other champions. So it's about their side, and if they want to take a risk against someone like myself, what's there to gain? Obviously more money than you'd get boxing a normal person or another fighter, and we'll see. I think that we could put the pressure on, and I think that whatever team I end up with will be able to make something happen.
Danny, can you give me a Google search of how many defenses he needs to make to be able to challenge the WBO champion above? Do you think at cruiserweight you would be easier to unify with the WBA champion? I don't even want to butcher his name.
With him, I think he has a mandatory. That's one that's probably closest because he's, he's not going to ask for as much as some of the other champions. So that one's very likely, but he hasn't boxed in a couple of years, and he has a mandatory that for some reason keeps getting pushed back. So we're waiting for that one to happen. Hopefully that happens in the summer, and then that's another one that could potentially happen end of the year. So I think as long as we get one soon, I think it'll be easier to knock them all off. Do you know what I mean? And then get to that undisputed fight, whether it's whether Bradis has his mandatory and wins, and then me and him go on the end of the year. So it's all there.
So he's doing mandatory as well.
He's got a mandatory. I think it might be one of these weeks soon. It was meant to be. Then the guy got injured. Bradis.
July 2nd.
July 2nd. Oh, so is it this weekend?
Next weekend.
Next week. Yeah. So, and it's a good fight. Bradis is a good fighter. I think that the guy's boxing has got the potential to make it a hard fight if Bradis isn't 100% switched on. The guy's southpaw. He's coming game. It's in his hometown. So
yeah, it's in his hometown. Can I get a quick screen share, please? Right here, this is Jai Opitai from Sydney, Australia. The fight is
back
in
to
Australia. 21-0, 17 KOs. So, very good, Austin.
Isn't Billingsmith with Matchroom?
Yeah, and same trainer as well.
As you?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's not an interim fight for you?
Yeah. No. It's not one that I can see happening.
Damn. Because, what do you do in the meantime? If you can't get these unifications, is there a big name in the cruiserweight division that isn't a champion, like a recognizable name that you would want?
It depends really on, the appetite for it. I've seen a few people have moved up lately who were former champions in weight classes before, like
Badu Jack.
Okay.
And
Sergey Kovalev.
Those are the two. Yeah. So them two. But obviously it's about getting into the negotiation period and seeing what's
I think you can offer. I think Kovalev would take it. I think
so as well.
Another shot at being a 4-time champ.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it is a name.
I think Badu might take it too.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with everyone.
How old is Badu now? He's a tough fight though.
Yeah.
No, he's 38.
Yeah, now's the time. How old are you?
I'm
29. What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's Billingsmith says 31. Wow. Man, so it's kind of, so I don't know how to phrase this because you're saying you're with the people that you're with right now, but if you move to heavyweight, I'm assuming it doesn't make sense to stay with them.
No, that wouldn't be a reason to part ways or anything like that. I think that if you're talking about someone like me and AJ are close. He's someone that I look up to as a boxer and as a friend outside of boxing. So it's not one that I'm, looking at and saying that's the fight I want. But,
Well, that's more what I mean. If you are friends and he does win, now he has 4 of the belts in the division that you're planning to go to, it's kind of a dead end.
Yeah, like I said, if we're as good friends as I think, you'll maybe relinquish a WBO, but we'll see anyway. I think that crazier things have happened in any way, so I'm not really.
What about Mike Tyson, who told Jamal Charlo, well, if you're Earl's friend, Jamel Charlo. Well, he told Jamal, if you're Earl's friend, Earl and Jamel would get together and make big money and fight each other. Fuck that they're friends.
Listen. Good questions. That's not one I want to answer right now. I think we'll see. I'm just taking it one day at a time.
For sure. So what got you into this sport?
For me, I was quite overweight when I first started boxing. So I was overweight and getting bullied in school. So I had
you had a late growth spurt?
Yeah, no, I was big, but as in it would be the older ones that would try it. Do you know what I mean? And then one day there was an incident at my school, and then I handled it violently, as it were. And then there was a boxer that was in the school that saw, and he's just like, "No, you should come down to the gym, whatever." So then from there, I went down to the gym once or twice. Really liked how it felt, and then once I started losing weight, I started having fights, and yeah, we just went from there.
So not that I know anything much of the United Kingdom, but where are you from out there?
London, and a place called Hackney in London.
So would Tundi Ajayi agree that that's the roads and that you're from the roads?
I wouldn't say I'm from the roads, but definitely the area that I'm from and grew up in definitely was, yeah.
Okay, Tundi's funny. You know what I'm referencing?
Yeah.
The press conference? Okay. I got a couple of questions from the people. Mr. Adore says, What area do you need to improve the most to become the best version of you in the ring right now?
I think for myself, it would be a bit more composure and a bit more adjustment making. I think those are the two that I think is that I'm working on most. If I'm going to be 100% honest, I think that, when it comes to sparring and whatever else, like, if people see my spars and, who I'm sparring and how it's going, if I can execute that level of composure on fights instead of just going in trying to end it and then maybe overshooting shots or missing, I think that I would show a lot more boxing finesse than some of my fights have shown. But I think it's, every time I go out is another chance to, demonstrate it.
So since you're sparring up, how does that help you? Because I would assume cruiserweights are a lot faster than heavyweights.
Yeah, so I spar a lot of heavyweights because they're really up for sparring. There's a lot of, cruiserweights that when I ask them to spar or whatever else, it's just there's every excuse under the sun not to. This is before I became champion. It's just always just, oh no, like we might fight or this, that, another. So I'm in a position where unless I get like a young cruiserweight up and coming or whatever, everyone believes that they're a contender and that they shouldn't spar. And I just think that it's probably one of the most stupid things going as a boxer. It's like you training in the gym every day, your coach is going to tell you the man, and you're going to spar people that you're better than, bash them up and think that you're better than you are. And then on the day of a fight, reality sets in and then someone shows you like, the level. And I think that you should kind of learn that in the gyms before it gets to fight day. So
absolutely.
I just think I think unfortunately I have to spar heavyweights because they don't have as much fear, and also they've got pride when it comes to me. So when I'm in the ring with them, it doesn't matter if I'm a champion or whatever else, I'm 200 pounds or 210 or 215 when we're sparring. So they're thinking, I'm not going to get hurt by this guy, or I'm not going to let this guy do whatever. So they are able to bring the best out of me in terms of physical, the rough and tough, the getting through the rounds, working. So it's a mixture. So by the time I get in the cruiserweights, they just feel very small and very light. Like if you watch my fights, a lot of times it's, you never really see anyone manhandle me or kind of overwhelm me. So it's good for that. And then I spar light heavyweights who are faster than cruiserweights who, you know, are able to sort of, I'm not going in there trying to throw, I can't even, because if you try to throw bombs, they're too quick. So I have to box with them. So I think that's the best way.
How long have you been coming to Vegas?
This is the second time in Vegas. The first time was a different type of trip. This one was more training based. So I'll definitely be coming back. I love the facility there. I love the heat. I love the amount of people that there are here to spar. If you get your timings right, so it's a good place.
I have a question. We talked about possibly unification, and Macabu came up. I mean, originally your roots come from Nigeria, correct?
Yeah.
You know, I remember Style Bender, Israel Adesanya, and AJ walking out with you with the Nigerian flag. So would you be open to going to Africa for a title unification against Junior Macabu?
Yeah, that would be a dream come true for me. I think I went back March this year, do you know what I mean? And, you know, the reaction was insane. I think that, you know, for the country and for the people, like, not just in Nigeria, but just in Africa, to have big spectacles and have people that have gone away. You know, my mum and dad were born in Nigeria, gone away and brought stuff back, like world titles and, you know, infrastructure and accolades, bring it back and just enjoy it, yeah. So that is something that I would very much like.
So that's never been a conversation that's been had with your team? I mean, Eddie's pretty international.
Like I said, it's all one day at a time, seeing what the world looks like by the end of the year. So, yeah, something that I've obviously made like clear that I want. But, you know, it's not just about saying I want it and getting it. You know, I think you have to earn the right, you know, in terms of popularity, in terms of, you know, there being an actual infrastructure there to go and, you know, have an event. Like, obviously that's me there, and it's amazing because there's a lot of passion, a lot of energy, but then it's what arena is it going to be in, what stadium, what's the price point, what's, you know, all these other things, you know, and you know, we'll get it.
Do you think it's still difficult to deal with Don King, or you let the promoters promote and the managers manage and you just fight?
I don't know Don King. I met him once when Dan was boxing the other day. So yeah, I don't really know anything of that. I didn't speak about anything to him. It wasn't my show, none of my business. But I think when it comes down to it, it's all going to come down to numbers, you know. The reality is, anyone that watches me knows that I'll be a hard fight for anyone, and you have to be, you know, rewarded for it. So we'll see.
So obviously, do you feel that the domestic fight between you and Richard Ragport would be big, or?
I think it could be. I think, you know, it'll take good performances both ends, maybe one or two, and then that builds into a big fight. He's from a different part of London to myself, so there's it creates a good sort of backstory. We're both big Nigerian cruiserweights, you know. I think it can easily be turned into a big fight, but it's like, if I have the opportunity to unify as opposed to that fight, I'd always go for unifications. But if in the interim I realize that these fights aren't possible.
Hold up. My man got the coveted IBO over here. Didn't he beat Gongora?
He doesn't have it. Another guy has the IBO.
Really?
Yeah. So no, he doesn't have it.
Who beat Gongora?
I'm not sure who that is, but I know that the IBO champion right now is a guy called Jack Massey, and that's a potential. I don't know. It's just in Britain, I'll probably end up fighting a couple of the domestic guys.
Can I get a screen share, please?
Say again.
We got Jack Massey right here, 21-0, 11 KOs. They call him One Smack.
Never heard that. That's pretty unique.
Yeah, so he's ranked 5 in the okay.
Yeah, so he's the one that's got that.
Wait, so is Gongora a 68 pounder? Maybe I'm messing up here. All right. Well, I got some more coming in, and the next one is from James Valdez in San Antonio, Texas. Says, just curious for all our UK listeners out there, what are your thoughts on the career of Lennox Lewis? I remember being young and always liking his fights. London, stand up.
Nice. Yeah, legendary career. You know, anytime that you're remembered years and years after your career is done, it means that you really accomplished some stuff. You know, undisputed, been in some huge fights, made a lot of money, and you know he has the respect worldwide of any legendary world champion. So yeah, great career.
Ruin 504, which is New Orleans, says, so exactly who ducked you again?
In terms of what?
I mean, you're a boxer. You can only be ducked in the ring.
I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't really do the, exposing and whatever else. Anyone that's ducked me will know and have to live with it within themselves or tell themselves whatever story. I think in life there's ideology and then there's reality. And like as boxers, a lot of times we live in an idea, like in our minds, in that idealistic world. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna knock him out with one punch, and I'm gonna slip this, or I'm not scared. I don't want to do this because of this. And you can tell yourself whatever stories, but the reality is, when the lights go off and it's time to close your eyes and go to bed, you know what the truth is. But it is what it is.
Very mature, man. I got Dominic in Seattle says, would you move up to heavyweight and would you fancy a fight with Tyson Fury?
Yes to both. I just don't see why you wouldn't fight anyone, especially someone who's accomplished what Tyson Fury's accomplished. I think he's a talented, amazing champion, and why wouldn't you go in there and challenge?
Have you ever sparred him?
Yeah, I sparred him before the first Fury fight in LA, so it was maybe 2019. I was.
First Fury or Wilder?
Wilder, sorry. And it was like I said, he was coming off the first couple of fights, and he was finding his new style and stuff like that. So that's that. But I think obviously since then he's had two free fights, developed and whatever else. So it'll be interesting.
Seeing him that first time around, did you expect all the greatness that came?
No. In all honesty, I actually thought, he would have a hard time. Obviously, their first fight was, a draw, back and forth. I didn't think it would even do that. But then, he went, swapped trainers, started being a big man. He's a big guy. He's like, 6'9", 200 and something pounds. And he started displaying that, do you know what I mean, in terms of how he's fighting, With Wilder, that's one thing, because Wilder's not that heavy, but he's really big and athletic. But when I saw him do it to Dillian, I thought, okay, wow, as much as Dillian's been stopped before and stuff like that, it's the manner in which Tyson kind of handled it.
So no stake in the push. Dillian claims I was knocked out because he pushed me down. I hit my head on the canvas.
What do you think?
I think he probably was out before he hit the canvas.
Yeah, I think like when I watched it wasn't even a thing. It's not. I don't think it's a thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously.
And you've also sparred with Dillian.
Yeah, but that's years and years ago. I just think when it comes to the thing, it was a good shot. And that's why. I mean, if it was a problem, the sanctioning bodies would have said, and we'd be having a different conversation.
I wanted to ask,
would you deal?
What are your thoughts on Bridgerweight in the WBC? They have Bridgerweight. Oscar Rivas is champion of that belt. Your thoughts on that? Would you entertain a fight at Bridgerweight? Because obviously
2-time.
I think it'd be a nice bridge gap from cruiser to heavyweight.
Yeah. Why not pick it up on the way to heavyweight?
Agreed. I think that it's that fruit. Like, why not? Do you know what I mean? I think that it's someone like Rivas. He's someone that we know in England because he's boxed. Dylan White, yeah, gave a great account of himself. Great fight. I think he might have dropped.
He did.
Yeah, solid fighter. Solid fight. Good style. Exciting. So it's a hard fight, and I think that's one that I entertain, especially if me and Bradis aren't able to get it on. It'd be wonderful to win a WBC belt at some point in my career. So, yeah.
Have you ever been ranked in their sanction?
Not that I know of, but I think, unifications are a good way of doing it. And then secondly, if I say I want to move up to Bridgeweight, I'm sure that, something could be worked on.
For sure. There's not a lot of Bridgeweights. I mean, they were offering, do you remember who got the shot? he was supposed to fight someone else before this fight. Isn't this even happening like in Colombia or someone on a Probellum card?
Yeah, it's a Colombia card.
But he is from Colombia, right?
Yeah, Rivas is.
I got Young Tigre also in San Antonio that says Nas, Ether, or Jay-Z's Takeover. Who won that one?
I think, personally, if you like, obviously you have to love and respect Jay-Z and what he's gone and accomplished and how his life looks from the outside. But in that one, I'll definitely say Nas. Sorry, New York. Yeah.
You tripping.
Yeah, it is what it is.
How did Nas win? What exactly in that verse
It's not about
tilted?
What I would say in that scenario is that one of the songs last the test of time, and even the word, like when you hear Ether, as much as it's got a deeper meaning or whatever else, that's the one that you link back to. So I think that the song, if you want to call it that, last the test of time, and the feelings probably to the fact that we're talking about it today.
Yeah, like people literally be like, "Oh, you just got Ether."
Yeah. Do you get what I'm coming from?
Yeah. No, I hear you, but I don't think that like that verse was fire like that. I feel like Jay's was more.
See what the chat's saying. Nas is better,
Bro.
Nah, stop playing. Ether's a classic.
Takeover is the classic. It's like he said, man, bringing a knife to a fist fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. I don't know. All right, whatever. What else is in your playlist?
Myself, obviously, my own music's in there. And then we've got, right now, I think I started listening to more American music lately because I think I've met too many of the English rappers, so I like listening to Americans.
Are you playing Drake's new album at all?
Hell no. I went through mad songs. Yes, that shit trash.
Well, I kind of liked it.
I think
it's like
the one with him and 21
lovey-dovey
Savage.
music.
The one with him and 21 you liked? Okay.
I like that, yeah. I think I liked his verse on Churchill with
Churchill Down, with Jack Harlow,
Yeah. I play that all the time.
That one there, I think. Now Drake's amazing. I think he obviously, I think he's Canadian, but I still class him as like that whole thing. But yeah, that's one of them songs that I listen to, and it like I get motivated by stuff that maybe other boxers don't get motivated by. Like I haven't got kids yet and stuff like that. I just enjoy. I love her. Yeah, I just enjoy the other side. Do you know what I mean? Of life. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think when you hear stuff from people like Drake and like Lil Babe and whatever else, like as much as it's I've been smart in other ways, I think that to enjoy holidays, trips, jewelry, whatever else, I think it's a massive motivation for me, so I like it.
Speaking of motivation, what are some of your vacation spots that you've been to and some that you want to take off the list?
I would say obviously America. I've been to the obvious ones, you know what I mean? LA a few times, Miami, now Vegas, but it's not. Vegas is more like casino-y and stuff like that. It was Dubai. What's some of my favorite ones? I think places I want to go.
You met Floyd in Dubai, right?
Yeah, I've met him a couple times now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I met him again in Dubai. Yeah, I like how he rolls. It's not really. I like it. Even like I don't know how old he's now, 40 something.
43, 44 maybe.
Yeah, still phenomenal shape. Still when he comes into the gym, someone's coming into the gym. There's a convoy. There's people coming first. It's a good entrance, and then he puts the work in even at that age. So yeah, but yeah, them spots. I think I want to go to somewhere like the Maldives and
45.
all that kind of stuff.
You reached out to Beatty?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He's just getting back into training, so we'll probably get some work in either end of this week or start of next week.
I like this guy. So your trainer doesn't do it. You reach out to these guys on your own.
Yeah, my trainer is currently in England at the moment.
You came without a trainer? Yeah,
so I'm here with two of my close friends that also do some other stuff for me. But in terms of boxing, yeah, I'm here like no boxing trainer. Like, do you know what I mean? Just here ready to get some work, and then when my other stuff's sorted out, I'll go and get it cracking with a fight.
Interesting.
Yeah. I just think, obviously, boxing trainers are important. You know, I've got a great coach in Shane McGuigan, but at the same time, like, you have to be ready to have a fight, because when it's time to have a fight, your coach is in the corner for 3 minutes and you get 1 minute with them and then you're by yourself for 3 minutes. So when it comes to sparring and stuff like that, you know, I didn't get hurt by accident, so I'm not really worried about sparring somebody, do you know what I mean? Or whatever. So yeah, I think for everyone it's good to learn.
But this is your first time sparring in America?
No, but it's my first time like this kind of, you know, at this level, and you know, me hunting for people. But I sparred in Miami a couple of times before, and but just when I'm on holiday, just come and have a go. But yeah.
You reached out to the people at Top Rank, see what they got for you?
Not yeah. I don't really have a contact. So maybe you got.
Yeah. We got somebody.
Get to work, Danny. Get to work, baby. Oh man, that's crazy. I would love to see that Tabiti work. Yeah, I love that you came out here no trainer. That's interesting. You know, we had Craig Richards in here the other day, and you know he was speaking highly of the sparring out here. So have you been out here long enough to actually? Well, you say you sparred Johnny. Anyone other than that? Like, can you already give your, I guess, opinion on training in America?
You know, it is. I can see the potential of it. It's just more, is the culture gonna allow it? So, you know, certain people might see me and say, that's someone I'm gonna fight, so I'm not gonna spar him. And if that's the culture that, because I've got that in other places where it's just like, people won't even spar me.
Nah, I don't think so, because look, Michael Hunter was just sparring Joe Joyce. And Johnny spars everybody.
And that's my point. And those are guys that I can say, okay, I rate that. Because you can still...
Yoka too. Yoka was sparring everybody.
Oh, the French guy?
Yeah.
Is he in this?
He left already. Okay. I mean, he was getting ready for the Okolie fight, and then that happened.
Yeah.
What you think of that?
Yeah, yeah. I rate Okolie. I do. I think I rate Yoka as well. He was at the 2016 Olympics. These things happen. What's his name?
I couldn't believe it happened, honestly.
What's his name? Brothers with Macabu. That's why I'm smiling. The guy that beat him.
Yeah, I met him in Mexico, and that's when I found out that they were brothers. I had no clue.
Me neither. I was there cussing him to his brother, and he was just. But yeah,
it's funny when you asked him what you think. He was like, yeah.
90.
I know.
He's like, yeah, you know what happened.
I know, that's crazy. Yeah. You got work with Okolie?
I don't. No, I was there when he was sparring AJ. I don't actually remember me and him sparring.
Did he look the way he looked in the Yoka fight with AJ? And then I don't mean dominant. I mean technique.
No, he's always had good technique, but it's like, because AJ is so big and explosive, it makes people
do less.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
That's sparring. Maybe on the fight day he comes out, but then I saw him.
That's strange that you say he's always had good technique. I felt like in that Yoka fight, it was so many clubbing punches. He was hitting with the inside.
Oh, but I mean,
it was crazy.
But okay, when I say technique, I don't mean like throwing with perfect form. I mean like knowing how to have a fight. Because I think people kind of, not in a bad way, but it's just like, I know people who are so technically gifted in terms of throwing punches exactly the right way, but then they'll get beat up by someone who's clubbing and...
Well, that's what happened with you. I thought going into that fight, I'm picking Yoka. There's no way that Okolie's punches make it, because
he's so tall.
Because Yoka's so tall and straight that if he just comes down the pipe, it's like Yoka will never get... I mean, Okolie will never... But that shit didn't happen that way.
And also, boxing's a physical sport. Like, I think people underestimate it.
Yes.
The other side of it, like there's technique and then there's physicality.
Yeah.
So it's like, even me, if you see me, like, I think without blowing my own trumpet too much, a lot of people don't realize how strong. Like, because I'm tall and skinny and like, oh, we're holding it. They don't realize like how physically like draining it is, how powerful. Because I'm not even talking about punch, because I don't think I'm the biggest puncher in the weight class. I'm just a good puncher, and I pick shots at the right time sometimes. But I think as an overall, like, when people are in the ring with me, you see how they box other people, and you see what it looks like when we're in there. And I'm, you know, I don't want to say smart. I understand that, and I understand the reasons why. That's why I say it's up to me to work on different things, composure, adjustments, because I realize that people talk a great game outside. When they get in there, they fight very differently. So it's up to me to kind of know when I'm in there with someone, they're gonna sell out the way that they usually fight, and they're gonna just duck under and try get close and hold, and so it's up to me to kind of understand that. What do I do off the back of that? And then I think I'll get some more impressive finishes.
I'm glad we went into that because he had changed subjects earlier. I wanted to ask you, how would you deal with the new Fury and that new style? Because you did meet him in the old way of fighting, but now, like you said, he learned how to fight like a big man.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. That's the one that I would like to find out. Obviously, when you get into training camp for people, that's when you really get to grips with it. Obviously, I'm still quite tall and sharp, so it'll be interesting to see how he deals with the in and out. But I think with someone like Fury, who's fit and stuff like that, you don't go in necessarily to like bomb him out with headshots and stuff like that. So it's easy to say from here now, so work the body and whatever else. But it'll be interesting. Because I don't think I'll get caught with many shots. So it'll be very interesting to see how it looks and is presented with the weight when he tries to lean. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Right now, it's not the time.
What would you do when he's leaning on you?
It's hard to say. I think going to the UFC gym, that's a good shout as well, learning on different sort of angles. I think that there's arts in all different martial arts that could be, except for kicking stuff, could be factored into boxing that people kind of neglect. So, for example, if you get an average, you guys do like an average 170 wrestler, a really good 170 wrestler, and then an average 250 or 200 wrestler, I believe that the more skilled one is going to, even with the size advantage, will be able to work putting them in position. So I think if you learn, how to manipulate someone's weight and whatever, you'll be able to kind of, but it's easier said than done. We have to see in it.
You did say that, fighters live in their own world, but do you think he would box you or fight you?
I think he's good enough to try and do both. That's one that is hard to say. When we sparred, it was some days he would try and use the weight, and other days he would try and keep it long. So it's hard to say. Like I said, I haven't sparred him in a while, and he's completely revamped his style. And that's one that you don't need, like, I don't like, there's certain fights I don't even want to talk about right this second, do you know what I mean? That's one of them, because I think I'm quite realistic with timelines as well. So that's a fight that's not going to happen anytime soon. But as soon as a fight's on the horizon where it could happen in the next 6 months, 18 months, I'm up for a conversation. But yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of fights not happening, totally off subject, not happening, possibly happening, Crawford Spence, who you got?
We have this argument in our group chat all the time. I think I would.
Damn, who's in your group chat? That's interesting.
Oh no, it's no one that you would know. I think personally, I need to see them next to each other. I think that my heart would say, that Crawford will win, if I'm honest, But I love Errol Spence and the way he fights, because he fights, obviously technical, but he's there and he's Mr. Physicality. I'm going to step forward and I'm going to throw these body shots and you're going to throw your shots. I'm going to block, I'm going to come back. So my thing is that's a great style, and it's undefeated, won that these titles, people rate him and respect him. But I just think that Crawford, as long as he's, not overwhelmed by the physicality of Spence, will just have more, boxing attributes, as in switching stances, stepping, understanding distance, and he'll make it hard for Spence to just be able to walk him down. Do you know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting. I would say Crawford's a slight favourite in my opinion, but I still rate Spence.
That fight is rumored for October 29th here in Vegas. Would you have time to make it, or you foresee?
I'll find a way.
Okay.
I think so, and I'd pay whatever the premium is, because there's some fights that you want to say that you were there, and that would be one, because I've been a fan of both fighters. I boxed on Spence's undercard when he boxed Kell Brook. I was just starting up as a professional then, so I rated him from then. And then Crawford came and beat.
You boxed on Spence's because he fought Kell Brook.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yes.
And then Crawford came and beat Ricky Burns for the world title, and no one really knew who Crawford was or how good he was, and he just, he dominated that fight. So from then I started following him, and then, you just seen him go from strength to strength. So I'm happy that that fight's happening. Is that for like undisputed? Like,
yeah,
it's so nice to see so many. You know, that's the new in thing to try and get undisputed. You know what I mean? Because I think for a long time, like even myself, if we're gonna talk honestly, it's like I've set myself. I think since the amateurs, when I turned pro, I promised myself that I would never allow myself to just be happy to be in a position. So I remember I qualified for the Olympics and I was just happy to say, oh my, I did it in, 20 fights and, who else has done it in, and not be focused on, okay, I'm gonna go get a gold or whatever else. So I said when I turned pro, the mindset is, okay, I'm gonna win a British title, what's next? I'm gonna win what's next? And I've kept that. So as soon as I won the world title, I was like, unify. So I think for that to be the mindset of so many now, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Would you, I know you're going to say yes to this, but does it make sense? Be interested in sparring David Benavidez?
Yeah, of course. Is that's the light heavyweight?
Super middle.
Super middle, but they call him a big boy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking if that would be intriguing to you.
Yeah, not for anything. Obviously, I'll be probably a lot bigger than him, but I think it'll be good for the speed work, just to see, because a lot of times it's harder sparring smaller guys because they're faster. The shots that you're used to, the jabs you land against everyone else are not landing as sharp. So yeah, I'll definitely be up for that. In sparring, I'm not really like going like KO. Like I realized in America
they do that.
Yeah, I think
that's why I said, do you got your trainer? And be careful, because honestly, this is a Vegas thing. Yeah. I've been in a lot of gyms. Sparring, I'm not gonna say it's controlled, but I'm used to trainers noticing you get hurt and they're like, oh, and he, you okay? Yeah. Take his headgear off, something like, bro, out here they fighting.
Yeah,
they fighting.
And I do like that. I think it will help in terms of the stuff that I'm talking about. I feel like I can handle myself as another one, and I've got good people with me anyway. But I think it's a good and a bad thing. That, do you know what I mean? I think it's good in the sense of like, okay, you get conditioned to have a tear up, but at the same time, it's like you bought someone like myself. Like, if I'm gonna be completely, real with who I think I am, and ideology and reality, the reality is, when certain people come with that energy, it makes it easier night's work for me, because I know what your intentions are from round 1 to round 12. Man. You're here, I'm gonna throw everything, and I'm gonna and it's not only does it tire you out, it's mentally draining for the person, and also those guys are the easiest guys to dishearten. Like it's when you see guys who are all about bully tactics, and I see guys posting themselves, knocking guys out in sparring and stuff like that, I just think to myself, what the you're like, you can tell that it's not a great guy that you're in there with, but you gain something from not like, animal. And it's just like, but the reality is, you get in there with someone who understands boxing to another level of like, okay, if I step this way, you're gonna now have to like. There's so many little intricacies that people don't really pick up on when you're in an actual competitive fight, where it's like, no, you're not. I'm not gonna stand here and do 50-50 with you. And you throw up, I throw her, and I'm gonna land my bit. It's just like, bro, you'll get picked apart easily by someone who knows what they're doing and has the composure and the mental attributes to kind of say, because I've been in these gyms and guys are outside the ring screaming,
yes,
come on, land that jab, come on, man. Like, and it's just like, I've got good like focus on like the task at hand. That's one thing that I'll definitely give myself. So the
outside noise don't.
Oh yeah, no, but I've been in gyms in America mainly where it's like when you're on like, because like I said, I don't like to bash people up. I like to practice boxing, and like, that's why I like how I spar.
I know they was talking in Bones. Yeah. They stay yelling in Bones. So
it's good, and that's not even a discredit to them. But I'm talking about, I've been in loads, and it's just all American trainers come over, and it's like, it's good because it gears their fighters up. But the reality is that when someone is composed, you're actually doing a disservice to your fighter, because you're making them sell out and throw shots that they shouldn't throw, and then okay, I'm gonna step in, and it's like, you've been caught, and then let's move, and then they're frustrated going back to the corner, and it's like, I've been in a situation where it's like, I'm being told to do one thing, and what's happening on the inside is a very different thing. And when it's all noise and get him, beat these, it's just like, you're not actually developing. So yeah, interesting.
Yo, so could we get like a GoFundMe for Brandon Glayton? Get him out here, handle that shit right here, man. Or you think that's something?
I was in Miami. That's someone that is nothing really to me. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like
I know, but I mean, work is work.
Oh, in terms of work.
Oh hell yeah, he out here. You out here. I mean, he's far because I'm pretty sure he's in Atlanta, but
you know, I asked him for that work, and
oh, you did?
Yeah. Like I said, there's no one out here that I think to myself, oh, mate, I better not.
So wait, you asked him how long ago?
When I was in Miami, so not more than 2 weeks ago, probably like 2 weeks ago.
So what you said, champ? I'm in Miami, or I'm coming to Vegas. You want to meet? Does he know you out here?
He's said stuff before.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm bringing him up.
And he's someone that I know because when I'm out here, I'm not trying to bash up guys who are not good. I'm trying to have actual spars and bring myself on, bring other people on. And like I said, I reached out and said, yo, like I'm in thing. If you want to get some work, let me know. And he had other ideas. Do you know what I mean? And good luck to him.
Other ideas like no, because we possibly gonna fight, or other ideas like he took it outside of the ring.
No, anyway, that's a whole nother. But no, he took it as like that you're someone I want to fight. Why would I, beat your ass for free and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I understand.
So he's thinking business.
Not really though, because like if I'm honest, if I'm like okay, you look at someone like Glayton, yeah, solid guy. I seen him box a countryman of mine,
a Tobar.
And have a great fight. Fight of the year. Almost knock him out and whatever else. And he's a good fighter. Like if we're going to talk honestly, that Glayton's a good fighter. The same way ThaBeat is a good at this level, everyone's a good fighter. Then you have to ask yourself, if I'm Glayton, this is me just giving my take on the world, but everyone has their own take. Yeah. If you're Glayton or another fighter and then a champion comes to your country and says, let's spar, I think you don't say, we might fight, why am I, like, fight me
I
instead.
agree.
You get, and the worst thing is, not only do you get experience both ways, you also get opportunity to have actual conversation face to face. You get opportunity to even, I'm not a fan of it, but you get opportunity for a story. Yo, I whooped him. Do you get where I'm coming from? But if it's just shot on social media saying, I'm gonna die, I'll bite, it's just like, bro, I could just block you and just, you could ask me about him and I say, who?
Yeah.
Who's that? And then, but I don't mind bringing out on him. He's black and he's trying these things, so big up to him. But in reality,
big up to you, man. You're super mature. How old are you again?
29. So,
sheesh. They say it happens at 29 though.
Fine, it's time then. Do you know what I mean?
Have you bought a home already?
I've bought a lot of stuff. Have I bought a home? Yes, but I had to sell it to. I know that's a whole nother thing. But I'm
because they say 29, you want to start buying homes and get married, or you're married.
Yeah, it's very weird that you said that because I've started getting into that kind of mindset this year. So that's very
statistically, that's it. From 29 to 32, men start to look for homes and look for their wife.
That is so interesting. I know that they'll probably be laughing in the back room, but that is really interesting. Yeah, interesting fact. Okay, thanks for that. But yeah.
So my man Glayton ain't answer. He's probably in the gym.
Yeah, man.
But man, that would have been good. You know, get some spice. Let's see.
The thing is, I'm gonna give him a bit more because I saw him ranting on Instagram the other day, and it's like, best of luck in your endeavors. I believe if I'm coming to America, he's one of the top 3 guys that I would box in America if that was going to be a fight. I think the way that he's gone about it in terms of like that, the talk and stuff, it doesn't, like, as you can tell, I'm not the type of person that's going to bite. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've actually been in real situations. Like, someone chatting rubbish on lines not going to do nothing for me. So I think he needs to just work on his approach. He seems a bit desperate at the moment. And he needs to get Bradis' dick out of his mouth as well, because in that video, all he was doing was, Bradis is a great... It's like, bro, literally just take his dick out.
Let's go! No, I'm just happy that you ain't holding no motherfucker.
But it's the second time you said that.
No, I'm just saying, bro.
But like I said, and the thing is that...
He's not holding back. I love it.
For him as well... I want him. He should privately message me and just say thank you for this moment here, because the reality is, if it does get down to it, and you know, he's someone that I end up fighting, we need to remember, like, as much as I know what I believe I'll do to him in an actual fight, it's like, you know, it's a choice thing. Do you know what I mean? He's not in a position where I have to do anything for him. So
what you're saying is you'd be blessing him?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's the reality. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I'm not here to count anyone's pockets or whatever else, but I'm very happy with my situation and my trajectory, and it's up to me. But I'm the type of person that I do enjoy a little bit of back and forth. I do enjoy a little bit of spice. I would say I would spar heavyweight. I would fight a Glate, and I would fight a to beat. You know what I mean? It's like those things don't bother me, because my life, God willing, is bigger than just boxing. So boxing is a part that I do, and I'm gonna enjoy it fully as I do it. But yeah, man, big up him. And this is the right way to get shit done.
We still got questions from the people, but what's your thoughts on your stablemate Daniel Dubois and just getting that WBA?
I think he's
obviously you were there in support.
Yeah, so he good for him. He's young, and he's probably the hardest puncher out of the lot that I've been in there with. Just the way it feels and stuff like that. I think he's in a great position, because, you know, right now the top boys are all 32, 33, 34. Do you know what I mean? So if we're going to talk honestly, it goes in waves. We've had the Tyson 3 wave. It's still going now, the AJ wave, the Usic wave, but they're all in their mid 30s now. Do you know what I mean? AJ might be a little bit late. He might be 32, but they're all getting to that 33, 34 stage. So Dan is 24. So by the time he's 25, 26, 27, all these guys are going to be on their way out, and then he's going to be hitting a prime. So he has a very good shot in a good position with being a WBA champion, and who knows what could happen.
Did you expect that Joe Joyce fight? I mean, being a stablemate, were you at the time?
We weren't stablemates at the time.
So he couldn't prepare with that jab of yours.
Yeah, but I just think Joe Joyce is probably a hard fight for anyone. You know, he's 6'6", 200 and whatever pounds, really good work engine and a good chin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So especially as a big boy like me, I'm there, and it's never train versus train. It's like, okay, train versus, okay, I'm gonna step here and I'm
Matador.
Yeah, and it's that. So that's the only way. I think that's the only kind of stuff that causes him problems, because if you stand in front of him, big guy versus big guy, he can do more. Do you know what I mean? So I just think that that's kind of what happened with him and Dan at the time. I think Dan was a little bit too predictable as well. But since then he's sharpened up a bit. He throws a lot more punches. He's a lot fitter. So that's an interesting rematch. Joe's someone that I was on the Olympic team in 2016 with. So, you know, it was an interesting proposition.
I got Bougie all the way in Broward that says, what's good, champ? Thanks for pulling up on us today. First time hearing about you. Sauce. So tell me, who gave you the best work in sparring, and who you got out of Usyk versus Joshua 2, even with the great Robert Garcia in his corner?
I think the best work came at different times in my career. I think there's a young boy that I hope goes on to become a world champion. He comes from a family, his name's Moses Atuma. He's got a brother called Carol Atuma, and that boxes, and obviously he's got other family members. And like, he was like interesting stuff. Like, so I was preparing for my world title fight, and so I was getting in, you know, 3 or 4 sparring partners in, doing 3 or 4 rounds each. And I brought in 2 heavyweights and a cruiserweight to come in and live in camp and whatever else. And that's right. And then this guy, and then there's a light heavyweight, and the light heavyweight came in really sharp, really accurate, you know, and really hard to pin down. So it was good. So I was getting all the work. And then they said, oh yeah, we've got a brother. He's got a brother to come down. You know, he's a bit bigger. He could be some good work. And then my coach was like, okay, cool, how old is he? And they said he's 15. And I was like, why am I going to spar a 15-year-old? Like, I'm preparing for a world title fight. What's going on here? Like, do you know what I mean? So I kind of ignored it. Then another day, 4 guys was in the gym. And then I'm sparring two heavyweights, and they got styles that are very like high pace. They're trying to throw bombs, so I have to really pace it and know what I'm doing. So I've done 3 rounds with one. Then this guy comes into the ring that I haven't sparred before, but he's big. He's like 6'4", whatever. You know, like doesn't look like anything crazy. He just looks like a big guy, maybe 100 kilos or 220 pounds. Gets him, and then my coach whispers in my ear, "Listen, he's only 15. Just go easy." I said, "Okay, fine. At least I get a couple rounds off." Honestly, I was in shock. Like, me and the guy still speak about it now. It was like the hardest 3 rounds that I've ever had. Like, no, genuinely, I was in there worried, like, fucking, like, so much. He had power, he had speed, he had like, not even technique. He had like, it's like how he would step. So he would step and commit. So a lot of guys, like, they box within themselves, but he's gone 100%. So then I sparred him a few, like, then after that I was like, okay, this 15-year-old has to cut that. But then it changed to like where I thought he was someone that would just get in, and I'm preparing the day before for my 3 or 4 rounds with this guy, and then the rest of them are like, I'm still obviously preparing, but I'm thinking, okay, he's getting in second. Don't throw no punches here. Just
conserve some energy for when he comes.
And then
I love it.
And then from there, like, obviously I was very vocal for instantly, like, yo, this guy is sick. He's now maybe 17 now.
Damn.
But he's the hardest work that I've had. And like, yeah, I'm not feeling no way about saying that. Yeah, him definitely, like, and he's getting, I think he sparred Joe, I saw him spar AJ, so he's only 17, going to be 18 maybe this year or next year, so but he's already mixing in with, you know, proper heavyweights. I think he just won the European amateur something, you know, for guys that are under 18. He just won. I think he stopped everyone in 1 round in that tournament, so I think he beat everyone in 1 round, so he's him. That's it. Yeah, I know I spoke about it for like 10 minutes, but he left an impression.
Great story. I got Brandon in Houston. It says, from your perspective as a cruiserweight champ, what was the reason Canelo was targeting Macabu when him moving to cruiser was being talked about? Was it simply due to it being a WBC situation, or in your mind, was there another reason?
I think it's a mixture of the two. The WBC, obviously, he's got a good connection with them. And secondly, if you're going to talk about going up weight, Macabu at the time, probably the best cruiserweight stylistically to box against. He's much shorter, so he's probably 5'11". There wasn't too much of a height difference. Still a big guy, still dangerous. He's also been hurt a few times, and it's been, you know, documented. So I think he's probably, it's hard to say stylistically, but he'd probably been the weakest of the champions, but, you know, only time will tell with unifications.
The best dad ever, all the way from Baltimore. We rocking with you.
No.
Who are your favorite fighters to watch in this new generation?
Spence, Crawford, Gervonta Davis, Canelo still. In the UK, probably Conor Ben, Joe Cordino. Anyone in my gym, my stable mates. Who else do I watch? I go out of my way to watch. And just loads. Like, I like watching boxing with a story. That's my thing, though. I just like watching, but as soon as I hear there's a story, a little bit of rivalry, or like someone's trying to be undisputed, yeah, then I'm in. But yeah, those are the main ones.
Big Casual says, "What up, champ? Were you impressed with the Better Biev fight over the weekend, and would you take that fight with him if he ever moved up to cruiserweight, since he just unified with the WBO strap?" Not only that, he did say he was interested in moving up.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I just think,
Arthur,
the one that just stopped Joe Smith.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, cool. So I thought you were talking about the super middleweight. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, 100%. I think he's someone that you have to rate and respect. You know, obviously he'll be a smaller guy, but he's got wins in the amateurs over Usic and various other people. So, you know, he's got vast experience, 18 knockouts. I don't see why you wouldn't want to have a tear up with someone like that. Yeah, is the honest answer. I think he would be, you know, a bit small, but he's still good timing, good power. So yeah.
What's your thoughts? This is James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama. What's your thoughts on Bridgerweight? Do you think other sanctioning bodies will get involved and take a step forward like the WBC did? Lastly, does Ryan Rozecki or Oscar Rivas fights intrigue you? You obviously answered yes on the the Rivas, and you did give your thoughts on Bridgerweight. So I guess the lastly would be Rozecki. Have you ever heard of him?
Yes, Ryan. That is a fight that would interest me. You know, he comes game. He's a person that would actually be throwing with me. I don't think he would sell out stylistically. So me and him could have a good old goal. But yeah, I think he's currently. I'm not sure actually. I don't want to speak on his situation, but yeah, that's a fight that could still materialize.
I have Brandon that says, when you hear pundits arguing pound for pound lists, what do you think?
I need to get better so that I can be in the same arguments.
Okay. Well, that is the last question, Mr. Okolie, a.k.a. The Sauce. Please give out your social media for anybody.
Where'd you get the nickname from before we let you go? The Sauce.
True.
Well, it just obviously we know what it means. Just normally, but I think for me it came because I used to work in McDonald's. So
what?
Yeah, I used to work in McDonald's.
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah. I could tell you that one, but yeah, it's So from there, just easy transition over.
No, man, bless. All right, we're going to go ahead and take this quick picture, so we'll do an intermission. Give out your social media.
It's just Lawrence Okolie, so that's the same way it's spelled on Insta, and Lawrence_TKO on Twitter. And my Cash App. Nah, I'm joking.
Nah, what about the single, though?
Oh, what, TK? I'm probably going to drop some more. That's like a year or so old now, so I've got some more stuff that I'm going to drop. You
got a release date on something new?
It depends on how the next week goes, and then.
Oh, you're recording out here.
You and me can have another chat in a week.
So you're gonna use a recording studio out here?
Like I said, you and me will have another chat.
All right. Well, we appreciate you keeping us in the loop, though.
Yeah, we're gonna end on this screen share right here. I need to go to Paris with you, Lawrence. Let me get a screen share.
Come on, no, that's old school, man. Come on.
Let's do it. Go on, champ. Go on.
The levels continue to rise, brother.
Go on.
Nah, it's over. He said he's looking for marriage now.
Oh,
he got the bug, baby. All right,
levels.
we'll be back. What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.